Hi YouTube, in this video I'm going to use this test scene that I created to benchmark my entire rendering farm. That'll be at the end, so stick around for that. In the meantime, I'm going to give you a tour of the render farm and some recommendations on hardware and use. Hey guys, this is the render farm. So in this video I'm going to just show you where the farm is at right now. We'll go over the specs and we'll do a full farm benchmark later. For now, here are the machines we have running. So this one's the storage machine. It keeps all of the Blender files, and I only have to update the Blender file one time, and then all of these machines can render off the same file. These are all Dell T3600s, and these two down here. This first one here has the RTX 4070. The other 5 of these have AMD GPUs right now. This one here is the R11 or Render 11 machine. It's got a 3080 10 gig and two 3080 Ti's. Obviously they're all different models and brands, which is fine, but they're installed on mining risers. But this rig I did just upgrade recently with a 5800X AMD CPU so that I had enough cores. Before it was an old 4-core 4-thread Intel processor, so I swapped out the board. It's got plenty of speed now to feed all the GPUs. And we'll go down here to this one. This one here, it's hard to see through the panel, but it's got two RTX 3090s installed in the motherboard, and then it's got a 10th generation i5 6-core 12-thread processor. And this one here is an old Asus Z97 motherboard. It's very hard to see in here. It's also dark in this case. Sorry, the lighting isn't very good in this room. They're just these older kind of dim bulbs, but this one has two 3080 Ti's as well. So that's the hardware. I'll show you the results of the benchmark here soon. Okay, so here are the specs for the render farm. I have all the machines listed over here, and for this test I only used the ones that are highlighted in this dark blue, and the reason is that all of these ones that are still in white highlight, or no highlight I should say, they are smaller AMD cards. They all work fine, but some of these will take 3 to 3.5 minutes per frame. So in a short benchmark test, adding 3 minutes onto the last frame, which is very likely, will cause pretty inaccurate results. You'll see the benchmark results at the end of the video here. If I was going to do a longer scene that takes hours, then I would include all of these GPUs and they would help. But in this short of a benchmark, they would throw the results. So the machines I used, we have one 4070, two 3090s, 1, 2, 3, 4 3080 Ti's, one 3080 10 gigabyte, and my workstation, which has a RTX 4090. Over here on the right side, I summarized the computation horsepower, if you will, in FP16 compute speed. And this only includes the blue highlighted GPUs. I did not include any of the AMD ones. I put the little slash in front of the numbers here so they weren't counted. But I have just under 350 teraflops per second in FP16 compute speed. I started my little speed comparison list here for the Diamonds test scene. So you can see here 100 frames. It's running the full animation on one single GPU, with the caveat that any of these tests marked with an S mean that the benchmark result was based on an average of multiple GPUs running together. So the result represents what one GPU would get. One RX 6600 would take 300 minutes to run this test scene. And you can see here, these are sorted by time to complete the test. And this is, keep in mind, this is for all 100 frames. So RTX 4090 finishes all 100 of these frames in 33 minutes on its own. 3080 Ti's, 3090, somewhere around half as fast as the 4090. 3080 10 gig, a little bit slower, but really not much. The 4070, about 15 seconds slower than the 3080 Ti's. That's what I have for results right now for you guys. I know I need more AMD GPUs to test with, and eventually I plan on getting some Intel ones, but they're just not as easy to buy. So especially some of the Arc Pro models, I'd really like to get a hold of one of those and see how those do. But I will have more high-end AMD GPUs eventually. I just I just don't have any on hand right now. So this is what I've tested so far. Let's look at what the whole farm does when it's working together. Okay, so while we watch the rendering happen here, I'll give you a few recommendations. So what I've learned so far, if you're going to set up your own render farm, don't worry about trying to get a whole bunch of GPUs on one machine. It can only cause problems and bottlenecks. So maybe if you buy Threadripper or high-end Intel Xeon motherboards with a whole bunch of PCI lanes, you're probably not going to get any benefit for cramming a bunch of even if you do, I've noticed that you still might have to run separate iterations of Blender for each GPU to get the full speed out of them. And I think this is more of a API coding or Blender coding issue that just doesn't allow the work to be separated between the GPUs properly. I think the ideal setup for each machine in your render farm is probably 1 or 2 GPUs per motherboard with a 6 or 8 core processor per machine. If you stick to that, then you'll probably be pretty safe. If you want to see how to set them up on the software side, then go check out my render farm setup tutorials. I have 2 parts. One is kind of the hardware slash network diagram, and the other one is the Windows setup and rendering setup. So check those out if you need to know more. But I finally got enough research in that I can start to give you guys some real solid answers on recommendations. And of course, these will change over time as new stuff comes out. Okay, so the render farm was able to complete these 100 frames in 575 seconds, which is 9 minutes and 35 seconds, which gives me an average of 5.75 seconds per frame. So every just under 6 seconds, I get a finished animation frame. When I go to create animations using Blender, I can use this farm. It's not going to take hours and hours to produce final products. You know, things can always be faster, but when you get down to it, I can really crank out a lot of frames with what I have right now. That just gives you an idea of what this amount of hardware can do. And obviously different scenes will vary. I think it's a good initial benchmark just to compare so that you have an idea of what you can get to. Well, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. If you found this entertaining or helpful, please consider following the channel and give it a like and a sub. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comment section. I have a lot of fun responding to those. Go down there, have a conversation, and I hope to talk to you again soon.